female 38, pain in heel with failed conservative care for 3 months. What next? Raise of hands, please. Who would inject this heel? Okay, you all would inject the heel. And raise of hands, please. Who would not inject this heel? Pradeep, why would you not inject this heel? Okay. So that's where my today's talk comes from. Heel pain is not always pricking the heel. And the question is, do I inject the heel? Answer is yes and no, both. So how do I approach a case of plantar heel pain? And my way is, with the help of history, clinical examination and investigations, I like to reach to the etiological diagnosis of plantar heel pain. And that's where I try to get answers of 3 questions with my clinical examination, history, and my investigation. The question 1 is this pain in heel referred or is local? So is that coming from the spine, knee, hip, sacroiliac joint? And then you have dominance of the main pathology with the signs and symptoms related to the main pathology with the normal examination of the foot and ankle with investigation at your help. My question 2 is this heel pain due to a local pathology or it is due to a systemic pathology? So by and large, unilateral heel pain means there is local pathology. Bilateral heel pain, that means there is something systemic. You should be thinking of seronegative arthropathies, gout, hypothyroidism, blah, blah, blah. And my last question is, if this heel pain is originating from the heel per se, what all are the etiologies for this locally originating heel pain? And it could be mechanical in the case of pes planus, pes cavus. It could be neuritic as I demonstrated in my clinical examination. Nerve to the abductor digiti minimi getting compressed. It could be neoplastic, infective, bony. Most often than not, it could be combined. Now, this is a very, very important slide. It is the location of the pain which is going to give you guidance towards the etiology. So, tarsal tunnel pain would be often central between the medial malleolus and tendon of tendoachilles. A stress fracture pain would be directly at the center. A pain which is central and posterior or plantar is because of the fat pad atrophy. Plantar fasciitis pain is medial and central at the plantar level. And nerve to abductor digiti minimi, your pain is at a soft spot. And typically if your patient is saying that pain is somewhere over here, that is definitely because of pressure onto nerve to abductor digiti minimi. And as I said, there could be combination of etiologies giving rise to pain in heel for a given case. So my sample etiological diagnosis for a case of heel pain would be plantar heel pain due to proximal plantar fasciitis with a compression of nerve to abductor digiti minimi in a case of adult acquired flat foot with an obesity. And mind you, I need to address each one of them to be successful. Or a sample etiological diagnosis number 2 could be posterior plus plantar heel pain due to tendoachilles tendinopathy with a distal plantar fasciitis in a case of gout with a malunited midfoot fracture. And then how do I treat this? I follow 3-step treatment protocol. Step 1 is primary conservative modalities which are tried for 3 to 4 months. Modification of activity is very important. We are always worried about the weight bearing, but we should be focusing on to weight bearing time spent by the patient giving him heel pain. Obviously, NSAIDs and neurotropics, orthotics, night splint. At night, plantar fascia gets contracted because of the plantar flexion position of the foot. And that is why the first step on the morning is painful. So give a night splint to your patient who complains of the pain on first step in the morning. And then your physiotherapy. You could ask patient to roll a cane underneath the plantar fascia to increase the flexibility. But this is the most important thing. Every patient is asked to make a poster and put it in the kitchen as well as bedroom saying that my heel pain is going to go away. It is going to take some time, but it is going to go away. And then question is, do you inject this? Answer is no. I like to give posterior tibial nerve block, and that closes a pain gate cycle, and thereby my patient becomes out of the pain for 3 weeks, and then onwards I can start with the rehab. But then if you want to give injection into the heel, is there a specific method to give a local injection? Yes. This is the calcaneus, and this is the attachment of the plantar fascia. If you inject underneath the plantar fascia, that's not allowed. Patient would develop fat pad atrophy, and there is no treatment for the fat pad atrophy. If you inject into the fascia at the level of the spur, then your fascia is going to rupture. If at all you want to inject, you go anterior to the calcaneus, dorsal to the plantar fascia, and inject into this area. Secondary conservative modalities, failing the first step conservative modalities, are tried for another 3 to 6 months. What are they? Below-knee walking cast or a boot for some time, extracorporeal shockwave therapy with a specific machine which are made for the foot and ankle. I like to use Topaz radio frequency. This is the picture of the fast bowler of Indian cricket team who has got a central plantar fasciitis. I am marking the painful area. I am pushing my K wire, which is replaced with the radio frequency wand, and I have fired the radiotherapy frequency. PRP is still a question mark for me. I am not using PRP. Step 3 is surgical management. Failed conservative modalities for 12 months or more is an indication for me to go in for surgery. What do I do at the surgery? Partial medial plantar fascia release as a soft tissue procedure. Decompression of the first branch of lateral plantar nerve as a neurological procedure, which is called as distal tarsal tunnel release. And excision of the heel spur as a bony procedure. This is not required. But by and large, when patient comes to you, he comes with 4 or 5 x-rays where people have drawn the spur, saying that this is the reason, and that's why sometimes I am obliged by the prior opinion to remove the spur. Very, very rarely spur is the cause of the pain. This could be done open, could be done endoscopic. How do I make decision? I make decision about the etiologies. I add complete tarsal tunnel release if the neuritic symptoms are going up to the calf, up to the lower, up to the upper third of the knee, that is valix spino. I do complete tarsal tunnel release. Otherwise, I do excision of the spur based on to the symptomology and guided by the prior opinion, and I do add gastrocnemius release. So this is how I, in my outdoor setup, try to manage plantar heel pain. That's all. Thank you very much.